What's up, you guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we're kind of a little bit in a, forest environment. I decided to come out and walk a little bit since, I like this weather when it's a little bit like foggy and rainy, those like foggy days. But I just wanted to come out here and, just talk a little bit, post the second video again on this channel. But this whole channel, like I said, these couple videos starting off, they're going to be kind of basic. I'm not going to put in like those, how like all of those other YouTubers put in all like the crazy animation stuff, like I said in another video. But I'm more so, I kind of just want to come on here and just give my thoughts on stuff, talk about different stuff and give my opinions. And then later on, that's when I'll like get more into detail into like different topics, make the videos more cooler, more cinematic. But right now, starting off, I just want to start posting consistently, get that going. And once I kind of get that going, that's when I can start putting in more work, putting in more effort into this whole video, like YouTube thing. All right, so today's topic is knowing what your value is and how much you're worth. I would say that's probably one of the most important lessons that I have learned since I've started doing this whole business thing, since my business is more so service business. So you have to know what your service really does for people, and you have to know how much value you're providing, so then you know how much to get paid. That's one of the most important lessons that I have learned, because if you can't nail down your pricing, at least in my industry and in my business, then I would probably say that you're no good. Like, nobody's going to want to hire you, or you're going to be getting severely underpaid to the point that your business is going to fail at some point because of that. So what a lot of people don't understand is how important pricing really is. Now, to put it in perspective, when I first started off, I was not getting paid a lot. I mean, I wasn't good. I was okay with that. You have to learn to know that when you first start off, you're not going to get paid absolutely anything. And I would say that most people, when they start off like a business like this or whatever, they expect within the first month or two to be really good. When I mean really good, I mean they expect to be getting paid thousands of dollars, making good money, escape the rat race, whatever you want to call it. And the problem with that is it's not true. In reality, it's probably going to take you a couple of times, or not a couple of times, a couple of years, not even months. I would say a couple of years until you really get good at something to the point where then you can start charging more, right? Now, what people don't understand is you can also be really good at something, but sometimes for you to land that job and start getting paid a lot of money, you got to work for free, or even like absolutely like bare minimum. What I mean by that is whenever I go to any client or potential client and I offer them, my service, I always offer to work for, I always offer them a free video, just out of pocket, out of mind. I'm like, you know what? I'll do a free video. If you guys like it, we'll go from there, right? And I would probably say, hands down, that is one of the most effective ways to land a client. And that's what's worked for me. I've tried calling them over the phone. I've tried walking into person and just pitching myself, like no free video, just straight up giving them the price. And then I've also tried this, and out of every single time, that's the one I've landed a client with. I haven't landed a client with like anything else. All right, quick stop. But honestly, I kind of feel like I'm in Oregon right now. I don't know why, because it's always like rainy there and like there's like these trees. I don't know. I just found this place. It's honestly kind of sick. Anyways, continuing with the whole topic, but where was I? Oh yeah, the pricing. So now when I'm starting this other business that I'm starting, right now I'm making $0. With this business, I could be working for months until I tweak it to the point where I can make a significant amount of money. But right now at this moment, I'm making $0. Absolutely nothing. I'm just giving my time and trying to work on it. And in the end, it could probably never even work out. You never know. Like at one point, it could just completely fail after like 5 months and I just wasted my time. But that's business, and that's what you got to risk if you want to, I guess, become successful is what you want to call it. Become successful, become time freedom, whatever. You're going to have to put up some sort of risk, and it's either going to be time or money or both. Now, another big question that I get as well when it comes down to asking and talking about pricing, or, oh, I'm no good, like I can't talk to people about pricing like I'm shy. Trust me, I was in the same boat. When I first started off this business, it was bad. Like, I'm just gonna say, I had no clue what I was doing. Like, I didn't have anybody to teach me. I didn't have anybody to mentor me. I didn't have anybody. So I'm like, you know what? Let me just go in and just do something. Like all I did is I just went into some dealerships and I just started pitching myself. It was horrible. I'll give you that. My first ever pitch was horrible. I won't even lie. Like it was, I went in there and I stumbled, I mumbled, and it is what it is. However, after like the fifth or sixth pitch, I nailed it down. I knew what was working. I knew what I had to fix. So now when I went in and I actually started pitching myself to these other dealerships, I think like the sixth or seventh one finally gave me a chance. Then another question that I've always like got from like other people is, how do you land the job when you have no portfolio, you have no money? And this is, I'm talking about like the video business. I'll get into other business and general business later. But in the video business or any service-based business, doesn't have to be video, just specifically service-based business. How do you get clients and how do you land your first client when you have absolutely like no progress to show, like from other clients? You have no case studies, you have no portfolio of stuff, you have no capital to even go out and buy better gear or whatever. You have nothing, right? How do you go about that? And what I will say is the number one piece of advice that I will give you is, again, you just go out and do it and you'll figure it out. Number two, if you have no portfolio, go and make one. It's not hard. You can easily go out and make a free portfolio. What I mean by that is, for my case, it was filming videos, right? Making videos, doing content specifically for car dealerships. So I'm like, okay, how can I grow my portfolio without going out to dealerships and actually asking them? Like, how am I able to do that in a free way, in an easy way? My first thought was car shows. I started showing up to car shows. I just started practicing filming. I would just go out to the forest and I would just practice filming and color grading. I'd practice framing. I would watch YouTube videos, all these free resources that were around me. I just started doing it and I got better. Like little by little, I eventually got better. And that's how I landed my first ever client. Is I had videos that I could show them, and those videos were literally either car shows that I had, like just other people's cars, or I would go into dealerships and those dealers that offered me like the free video and then rejected me later, I had those videos to show as well. So all I did was just went out, I just practiced, and it's as simple as that. Like people really make it out to be so difficult than it really is. Like trust me, it's way easier than you really think it is. For example, I had one of my friends call me and he was asking advice on how to get into the industry with making websites for different businesses that don't have like the website. And he was asking me, oh, how do you actually land the clients? Like I've been watching, I know how to do it. And the best piece of advice I would tell him is you just go out and do it. Like you just go out, make them the website, pitch it to them. If they reject you, try to analyze exactly what you did wrong and just go about your day, fix it, go to the next person. That's it. There's millions of businesses out there. Millions, and I mean billions. Okay, maybe not billions. I don't know exactly how much. In the US, I know there's millions of businesses. And if you look around you, wherever you live, you're gonna start to realize how many businesses, even if they're local, how many businesses there are. Now, for you to get into an industry that you know has enough market share for you to also go into, for it to be worth it, you just have to start thinking, okay, what do all these businesses have in common? What service can I offer them that doesn't already exist, or it doesn't exist enough, or I'm good at? That's it. For me, it was cameras. I saw that a lot of people didn't have stuff on social media, or what they did really sucked. So I'm like, okay, social media is on the rise. People are buying from other people through social media. Why not go out and offer that as a service, right? I thought a lot of other people thought it was stupid, like offering videos just for like, oh, nobody's gonna pay you for a video, right? I kind of didn't really care. I was like, I had enough. I kind of want to make money. I don't want to work like my job. I just had like a job, which I didn't hate. I was a swim coach. I loved the job, but it's just I didn't have the flexibility to work whenever I want, kind of, and make my own schedule in a way. So I decided to go and do something on my own, because with swimming, it was a set time. Like, sure, I was able to choose my time. It was very flexible, but I wasn't able to choose what part of the day, because let's say when I started college, on Mondays from 10 to like 3, I was free and I want to go work then, and then I want to, I don't know, rest or go to the gym in the afternoon. I wouldn't be able to do that because that time slot was in the afternoon. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna go out here and hopefully this works out. And luckily it did for me. After this was like my third business that I've started. But that was my third ever business at that time that I started, that I succeeded in. So it took me 2 businesses I failed, and then I finally succeeded. Anyways, enough of that yapping. Now, to get into the general business and how do you go about, starting just a general business. Doesn't have to be a service-based business. For example, whether you want to start a clothing brand or you want to create a product, it's the same exact thing. Number one, let's say you create a product. How do you create it? How do you get it to production? How do you design it? Literally look it up on YouTube. How do you create a product? What softwares do you use? Free softwares. If you don't know how to use them, look up that software tutorial. It's going to take work and you're going to be working long days in the beginning. You're going to be busting your ass for free. That's just, it is what it is. And it's probably going to take you years because guess what? You're probably going to fail in that first business. You're going to give all that work, maybe work for a year, make absolutely no money, fail, and then you got to go repeat it again. That's just how it is. So the biggest piece of advice that I could offer you guys that are wanting to start a business or a service-based business, create a product, whatever it is, just business-wise, is just go start. Just go out and do, even if it's a small task, even if it's simply writing down the business plan of what you want to do. For example, what's your service, what are you going to offer, how much are you going to charge, or what's my product, who's my market, who am I selling it to, where am I going to sell it to, is it direct to consumer, is it going to be through wholesaler, all that, whatever it is. Go write down a business plan. Simple as that. Just, I want you guys to take one action, one step, and then from there on there, it's just going to snowball. You're just going to have a snowball effect little by little, keep on putting effort. And eventually you'll start to realize and everything will start to click in your head. I know it doesn't seem like a lot right now. I know it doesn't seem like it's going to click, but trust me, everything will click in your head eventually. It might take some time, and it did for me. It took me a really long time until things really started to click in my head. Because when you want something really badly, you'll do whatever it takes to get it, no matter what. So you're going to have to make sacrifices. I'm going to tell you that right now. There's going to be sacrifices you're going to have to make, but in the end, they will be worth it. However, you have to actually follow through and you actually have to work until you succeed. Otherwise, then everything else was just a waste. All right, guys, that was it. I hope you guys found this video useful. I don't know if you guys have any questions. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comments below. Or if you have any topics that you want me to talk about or give advice on, just leave them down in the comments below. Thanks for sticking to the end. And hopefully you found this video useful. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.